Hey everybody, Steve Burns here. Just as I promised, I was going to show you a little bit of creating perspective shadows. Utilizing one of my students' compositing imagery. Let me go to the top here and turn off the grid. Grid lines are there, so now you can get a better idea of what they're trying to accomplish. Something simple, but utilizing textures for your buildings, which I believe may be one of your assignments. So you can take this as an example for what you're trying to achieve. But here he shaded the side of the building, so where the shadows are going to be falling from, and he attempted to make a little bit of a shadow there. It's a little bit off, but what I recommend, and I'm going to utilize this building to the foreground closest to us as an example. Create our rectangle just like before. Now I'm going to make a brand new layer right on top here. Now he has a lot of his stuff is on separate layers. So if we look down here, we see a variety of layer examples in layer groups. So if I pull this back, and I highly recommend working in layer groups. So if I turn them off and on, you can see each building is grouped in its own group. And that looks like it's a copy of something down here on the bottom. I'm gonna go to the building, this building here. Background building 10. We can see it disappear in the bottom corner and so forth. Okay. So working in groups is, I think it's going to, be very advantageous for you. Let's go ahead and create our shadows. So black is my foreground color, Alt Option, backspace or delete, fill with the foreground color. Space, bar and control held together. Let's go ahead and free transform it, Command T, hold the Alt Option key, click here to bring the rotation point where I want it. I'm just getting it in approximately a place I want it to be in. Now, at this point, you know what will be helpful is to make your smart object, make this a smart object. So right click on the shadow, create a smart object, there it is, okay? All right, now it gives me more flexibility. Command T, let's bring this down, and let me hit enter for now because I want to turn on my grid. So I need my grid to give me, there we go, my perspective. So we're interested in the green perspectives because looking at the buildings themselves. Let's kind of bring this down a little bit and delete that extra layer I accidentally put into there. Okay, so we're interested in the green. Look at the shadows are falling facing us, therefore the shadow is going to be moving along the green perspective line. So go to my grid here. Let's turn off the red perspective line. Okay, there we are. That's good enough. And if I want to, let's go ahead and put the shadows underneath our perspective lines. There we go. All right. Now, Command T for free transform. I want to pull in a little closer. Alt click, rotate it a little bit, just kind of get us started. Corner to corner. Command key or control is perspective. So I'm going to place it like so. Now, the ideal here is get your shadows underneath your building, but right now I'm not going to worry about it because I just have to go through the student's every single layer to figure out where he placed this building. So I'm just going to just show you basically what we're looking for and following the perspective line. See, so everything moves according to perspective, right? Good. Now, from there, you can bring down the opacity of your shadow, see? And now you're getting a shadow. Nice. Let's go ahead and turn off the perspective grid temporarily. There we are. Okay. So that's it. That's basically how you do it. It's no more complicated than that. Follow your perspective grid, place your shadows on. You're still utilizing the same rules and the same techniques that you utilized to create your chair originally and your buildings and later projects, okay? No difference. So follow your perspective, shadows, as well as your objects in your scene. All right, so hopefully that'll help. Now, if we take a look, just look at each building, bring a shadow for each one. Stop it where you think it's gonna, where the lighting's gonna fall. And trust me, you have to trust me on this one. It's gonna look great. All right. Steve Burns signing off. Enjoy.